When I think about somebody in the industry who is just an animal when it comes to working out, you can't not think about Pat McLemore. I mean, the man is a beast. I'm 47. I know Pat's a little bit older than me, but when you watch what that guy can do, it is truly amazing, and it does give hope for us as a younger generation to go. If he can do it, then I can do it as well. However, oftentimes it's like, where do you find that start point? How do we just jump into that, especially when you look at some of the things that he's able to do? And what I'll leave you with is this to consider and to think about. Clint Bruce, that is the owner of Trident Response Group out of Dallas, Texas, he kind of breaks things down into two simple categories. One of them is to beat yesterday's version of you, and then of course the other is to train to beat your most likely adversary. So let's look at most likely adversary. Well, if you're a cop, of course that's a whole slew of bad guys, from active shooter to terrorism, to just your normal run-of-the-mill chaos that's brewing out on the streets right now. If you're military, it's probably more terrorism related. If you're a civilian, well, then it's a mix. It's all those things I just said, because you don't know what you're going to find today in the United States as we see the current political climate and the way things are, especially in certain states. However, with that said, though, that is, what are you doing to train for that? The next question is, what are you doing to better yourself? Because we know that 50 meters and in is protection, 50 meters and out is rescue. So if you think you're going to go rescue somebody, what are you doing right now to assist in that achievement of that goal? If you're looking at 50 meters and in, we should all be able to do that. We should all be, as men and women, be able to protect our tribe that's sacred to us, that's very, very important. And that's 50 meters and in. So let's go into the other part, which is usually that fitness related part, which is, how do we beat yesterday's version of us, right? So that mountain behind the house right there, when I first got here, I could only go up the road just a little bit. And then that turned into a half mile, turned into a mile. And then over a period of time, now I'm doing about 6 miles, to where the water that I normally bring, I run out of that water now, which means that if I'm going to go further than that, which I will, I need to actually budget and bring more with me. And that's all we're looking at. How do I go just a little bit further? Just another 50 yards, another 100 yards. How do I push myself just that extra little bit? It's kind of like, well, you know, we want you to give your best, but it's what you give after you've already given your best that really matters. When we start to look at the accomplishment of just 5 more push-ups, 5 more sit-ups, 1 more minute of doing something, what you'll find is that reward, pretty soon it'll become easy. I don't even count what I do now. I just set a timer. I used to count, and I used to be more concerned about that, but now all that I'm worried about is, can I up my minutes? And within those minutes, I know that the count's going up as well. So again, just some different things to think about. Just try something, work on it, and I guarantee that you'll start to see those results that you're looking for, to beat yesterday's version of you and to train to beat your most likely adversary.